Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back. I'm DudesAmonsteR. Before we get into today's video, I want to first say thank you so much to all you that have recently subscribed to the channel, those of you that have been liking, commenting on all my videos. It's been kind of crazy, actually. I don't even know what to really say about it other than thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Welcome in if this is your first time here. Today we're going to be doing another spectating solo casuals again because I got to tell you, the last time we did it, I found it fascinating. So we're going to be spectating a little Warzone Solos casual. We're going to be talking about the current state of the game, certain things that I have some opinions on that I kind of just want to get off my chest. So thank you for coming along for the ride with me, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna again drop into some Warzone casual solos and spectate. Last time we did this, we just kind of talked about some points about the game that I had that I wanted to discuss. You guys seem to really enjoy it, so I thought we would do that again. So we'll get queued up into a match here, and we'll try to find somewhere to splat and hopefully find a real player to follow along. You know, some of the things that I wanted to talk about today, I don't really want this to be necessarily a gripe fest, you know, or a negative video per se. I do have a few positive points that I want to touch on. Probably right out of the gate, right? Let's go over the good things first. About the overall state of the game right now. Season 4 Reloaded, we saw some pretty good weapon meta changes, I think. Some pretty good updates. Right now, this might be overall my favorite meta that we've had in Warzone. I feel like in every single weapon category, you have at least one or two top tier weapons that you could run if that's your playstyle, right? We have a couple of different snipers that you could get into. We have several ARs right now that are top notch. I think there's at least one LMG that's probably viable. All of the SMGs seem pretty good, pretty balanced. Marksman rifles surging into the meta right now. Some say they're the top tier meta. You know, shotguns are usable. I won't say that they're great, but they're definitely usable. But we don't have that overall like one gun just absolutely running the meta. Now, we do have that in some circumstances because, you know, one gun is always going to be a little better than others. But if maybe that play style for that type of weapon, let's say the DM10 or the TR2 in the marksman category right now, that doesn't fit your play style, you have lots of options and choices where you can still remain competitive. And I don't know if we've ever seen it at this point in Warzone. I mean, in all honesty, we have lots of different play styles that can be run right now effectively, and I think that's a huge attribute to the game. I think that's a huge attribute to growth for the game because not everybody is an AR SMG, you know, run and gunner. Some folks like to sit back and rock with the snipers and the marksman rifles and feel a little bit safer and better at a distance. And there should be an avenue for those players to also play and enjoy the game. And if you want to be a running gunner, just like in multiplayer where snipers are devastating, you have to adapt your play style to play around that. So I think that's a good thing. I think that that's a good place where we're at right now. All right, Warzone Casual. Where do all the people go? I'm going to say... For some reason, I always run into people in farmland. Feels like I always run into people in farmland. Scavenger contracts are hot and casual. Let's go ahead and run at one of those, and we'll see what happens.
Fuck you.
Tell him, Arnold. So, you know, basically, you guys have been watching my content. You already know I'm a fan. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter until we do the gulag anyway, so we'll just splat and we'll fight our gulag and we'll come back. I'm a fan of the Warzone casual mode. I've been having a lot of fun playing it with my friends. We, you know, are not all the most ultra competitive gamers. We're all pretty casual gamers, so we've had a good time in here grinding our camos and leveling up weapons, and honestly, gotta win that goo though. Honestly, minimally being exposed to hackers, you know, that's another big plus. So we're clear on the other side of the map now, so let's see here. If I were a solo, maybe I'd go here. Let's just try that, see if we can get over there. I don't even know, honestly, if you can spectate bots in here. I've never tried that, so we were very lucky in the previous video, which I'm telling you, it was absolutely astounding. It was a really good look inside the eye of a Warzone casual player. The one person that we ended up following ended up winning the match, and we were with them the whole time, and they were definitely some interesting things, interesting tactics, we'll say that. But nevertheless, get me over to Superstore. We got somebody falling in. Is that a player or a bot? That's definitely a bot. Pretty sure. That's a player. That is a player. Yep, there we go. Streams 24, we found one. Superstore is always the go-to. All right, Streams, let's see what's up. Good shots, good shots. Anyways, as I was saying, you know, I'm a fan of this mode. We've had a good time playing it. I have not really played Warzone Solos. I've hopped in here a couple of times now to spectate, just for the sake of doing a couple of videos. But I think this mode is good for the game. All right, I know some of you out there that are watching this video maybe clicked on it. Maybe you're a little bit more sweatier of a player, a little bit higher KD, very competitive, and that's fine too. Like, that's me 100%. My friends, maybe not always so much, but you know, I get why people are, you know, kind of rubbed the wrong way about this mode, but the game has to bring new players in, okay? The skill-based matchmaking cannot be effective no matter what type of system they throw at it if we don't have new players, a healthy amount of new players being brought into this game. There's lots of information out there on that, but it just will not work. If there aren't any fish in the pond, you know, or in the ocean, the sharks will eat each other. I mean, that's just the way that it is. So you've heard me say that before. But I don't think that they should remove the normal playlist in place of this. Although some sort of new system where maybe this becomes, or some hybrid mode of this becomes our normal playlist, with a little bit more relaxed SBMMM, and then ranked, right? Or some sort of value added to playing the regular mode, like a little, like more XP, maybe some cosmetic rewards or something like that. Maybe not to the extent that they give away for ranked, but something to entice players to try that mode out as well, or go over there and grind. I do think that we should be able to grind the camos in this mode. I think that's something that should stay, but you know, what if you got X amount of kills during a season in the regular mode to unlock a new operator or a new blueprint or something? You know, you could bring people over there that maybe don't normally play that mode. So they have lots of options to kind of balance it, I guess we should say. But I do think that all modes should be available. I did not like when they took away regular solos for this. Understanding though, we're all part of one big playtest right now. That's my theory anyways. I think that the future of Warzone is in something that is not what it is now, but similar. And you know, we're basically every week we're playtesting this game. Every season we're playtesting new mechanics and new things. The problem with the game is they seem to always reset the positive impacts or positive changes that they make, and that's what really feels bad when we get to where we're at now. But overall, I think the game is in the best shape that it's been in maybe ever. Servers are overall better than they have been, and maybe that's because I'm playing in casuals a lot, but they were very bad during Warzone 2. I think people have forgotten how quickly time has led them to forget. This guy seems like a decent player here. You know, again, he's facing mostly bots, but he's playing his C4s. This is a sweat. This is a sweatier player for Warzone Casual, playing solos for sure. You know, he may be in here practicing some things. Maybe he's testing out a new gun, working on camos. I mean, that's what I've been doing. Although he's got 13K and he has not bought a loadout. So that's a weird thing. We're just gonna rock ground loot. Tampa Bay. I mean, it's got a lot of bots coming in here. And I mean, if we're being honest with you, this is why people love the casual mode, man. It's, you know, he might have just got off work or, you know, got home from school and he's, you know, stretching out, having a drink, having a relaxing evening and just wanted to play some Call of Duty and doesn't want to squeeze his controller until the buttons pop off of it all night long out of try hard and frustration. I mean, that's just, and I think we all can relate to that in some way, right? Brings me to another point about this mode. I've heard a lot of people talking about recently about restricting this mode to more experienced players, you know, from allowing them to play in it. I don't agree with that either, because I heard someone say it this way, and it really is the best way that I've heard it discussed. My casual is not your casual. So who's anyone to say that someone belongs or doesn't belong in this mode because of their skill level? All things considered, the mode has some sort of skill-based matchmaking. I know I've heard people saying it doesn't, but if you play this mode, you know that just like in the regular modes, after a few good matches and some wins, the caliber of player that you face and the real players and the level difficulty of the bots goes up, and it becomes an entirely different game for a while. So it has some sort of skill-based matchmaking in it for sure. We got taken out. Streebs in the gulag. Here we go. Was not a bad player though. Not a bad player. But again, the servers seem better than they had been. Back in those days, it was super stuttery. And I mean, we still have some of that, but listen, if you're going to play an online multiplayer game, you're going to have the occasional stutter and bad server. I'm not saying Call of Duty is perfect, and they definitely don't deserve a pass, but I think we've come a long way with that. I think servers definitely have been improved. Verdansk is a fun map. We're all having fun playing on Verdansk, I think. Those of us that love Warzone, those of us that play it. But I got to be honest with you, I miss DudesAmonsteR. I actually had fun on Urzikstan until they wore it out. I would love to see those maps come back one day with the mechanics and the gameplay functions that we have now. I think DudesAmonsteR was a well-designed battle royale map that had a terrible gameplay loop. It had terrible gameplay design with awful weapon meta. I mean, RPK was the #1 weapon by a million miles in the long guns for 8 months, for a very long time. I know they nerfed it in like 4 or 5, 6 months, but it still was highly used for quite a while before they finally got it stamped out. So it was stale. Same problem with Urzikstan. I think the map overall was decent. It just got stale, but we had some of the best gameplay loop and game mechanics that we had seen. So that made it fun. And then when they add Superstore to Urzikstan, that actually helped that map out so much and made it fun. A nice target spot to full events. We have these licensed crossover XP events. We have licensed crossover bundles that you can purchase. But in game, and we have what, some bunkers, and you can go get specialists in the new Overlook Hotel downtown. But to me, that's not an event. That's just a little fun little gameplay change that you can choose to do or not do. It doesn't really affect whether you win or lose necessarily, although certainly getting specialists can help. But meaningful, fun events. The Halloween event on DudesAmonsteR. You know, comment something in the comment section if you played that event and you can agree with me. That was one of the best events we've had. It was so much fun. The crossovers during that event were on point, man. I'm sorry if you don't like the cosmetics. We're going to get into that next. But Spawn and the Diablo crossovers during the Halloween event, we had some slashers in the bundles, and you know, the map design during that event was cool. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Nothing last year on Big Map for Halloween, and a really phoned in basic event. Oh my word. Shaggy come back, and did he kill him with his own bouncing Betty? Did I miss that? Is that what happened? Chat, I wasn't looking. That's crazy. All right, Shaggy, the great Streebs killer. 2 real players going mano a mano. Streebs is gone though. RIP for Streebs. Probably a bot. But we had really, to me, it wasn't very fun. The Halloween event on Rebirth Island last year. Where are the fun in-game happenings? You know, Fortnite has them. They have these great big events that happen that turned into completely whole different modes for the game. Live concert events where you have to, you know, find access to the venue, things like that, like crazy, just for fun, man, just being silly. Like, I'm not saying we got to go that far, but you know, a great example during Caldera when they did the King Kong versus Godzilla event. I was not a huge fan of Warzone back then. I didn't play it a lot. I started kind of tinkering more during the Caldera era with it, but it's still, I just wasn't into it. I was more of a 6v6 guy. And that King Kong Godzilla event dropped, and I wanted to play it. I wanted to see it. I love the King Kong Godzilla. I was like, let's go check this out. And I actually had a blast playing. I had a blast playing in that event. I had a blast with the big monsters on the map and all the things that came with that. And I became addicted to Warzone, and I've never gone back. I play it exclusively. It's my favorite mode now, and that's crazy to me because when Warzone first dropped, you would have never convinced me that would have been a thing. But that event is what pulled me over. So, you know, we're dropping the ball there with bringing new players over to the game mode as well. But touching on cosmetics, I mean, again, we have what? All the Beavis and Butthead event going on right now. We had the Blunt Man and Chronic, the Seth Rogen skins, the Cheech and Chong skins from last year. What are we doing, Call of Duty? And I'm not about to say what you think I'm about to say. Everybody's complaining about, oh, it doesn't look like Milsim, and I want it to be. I don't care about that. I really don't. I understand why you do if you do feel that way. Okay, I do. I really do. You know, it's part of your power fantasy to feel like you're in some immersive Milsim, and that's nothing wrong with that at all. But to me, I don't really care. I like some of the skins. I like wearing them. I'll buy the bundles if I think they're cool. That's just who I am. I'm sorry if you take offense to that in any kind of way. But what are these crossover events we're doing? Some of them seem so out of touch and just not cool. You know, like I know a Seth Rogen skin's not appealing to younger players in any kind of way, is it? And it's definitely not appealing to any of my friends, you know, a much older dad gamer. So, like, it's just not cool. You know? Like, what are we doing there? Blunt Man and Chronic. Like, that would have appealed to 13-year-olds in 2001, but does that really appeal to anyone now? I don't know if they sold a bunch of those. I know they sold a bunch of the Turtles. I know everyone's rocking the Beavis and Buttheads now, and that one I'm not too upset about, man. I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. I've had fun running around as them. So, you know, it is what it is. But with all that being said, it is turning people off of the game. All the crazy skins running around, all the crazy animations and executions, and some people don't like it. And they're going and playing more hardcore military type games. And, you know, more power to you. Good luck. Have fun with those. I hope you find one. Please come back and let me know something else I can play in the comments. But I don't see the harm at this point in just Mangy 18. Okay, that's definitely a bot. I don't see the harm. Okay, this is nothing like our last experience. The two players, the one or two players that we spectated in the last one were not skilled players at all. The two that we have followed tonight are decent, pretty good players. They're not noobs by any stretch of the word. So, you know, we'll see what happens here, but I think Shaggy has a pretty good chance of winning this. But yeah, I know some people say that they're never going to do this because people wearing these skins in game are, it's like marketing, right? Like someone else sees it, they want to buy it. Yeah, sure, if they're the person that wants to buy it. But if you're someone that's just really hard set against buying bundles, you don't want to buy cosmetics, you don't want to see, just give people the option to filter it out or turn it off or something. I mean, I think at this point, the amount of money that you may lose because you're not getting that advertisement in game, how do you value that against the number of people that are turning your game off completely because they find it ridiculous and silly and they don't want to be a part of it? To me, you know, I don't know if those correlate, but I would like to see those two dots on a graph, if you will. But give people the option to opt out of it, right? And stop making lame crossovers, right? We did Ballerina. People have been asking for John Wick for years. Where's John Wick? Call of Duty. You know what's really sad? Ballerina feels almost like, and I didn't see that movie. Let me know in the comments if you saw the movie, if it was any good, if it's worth watching. But Ballerina felt like they reached out to the John Wick people and were like, we want to put John Wick in Call of Duty. And they were like, absolutely not. You can have Ballerina, though. We're not putting John Wick in your game. It's bad PR. Ground loot. It's another negative I want to bitch about. I want to complain about this really bad. Whoever the one person or persons are at Call of Duty that are in charge of balancing ground loot, choosing what is in the crates when you open one up, they need to go find something else to do. Y'all need to put them on another task. You need to let them go. Whatever you have to do, okay? Because it's as if they don't even play the game. Every crate I open, it's shotgun, sniper, LMG. Rarely do you find anything, especially if you're coming back late game trying to regain. Rarely do you ever find anything that you can actually use in a final circle. So please play your game. Oh my word, he got absolutely cooked. Too loud coming up the ladder, my friend. Absolutely cooked. Thank you for the gas mask. Who are we on board with now? Smokey to 420. All right, he liked the Blunt Man and Chronic skins. He liked the Snoop Dogg skins. He got one on. Fix the ground loot. We got to fix it, right? So here we are again, in my opinion, with a big COD year. Treyarch, Black Ops 6. We're getting ready to go into Black Ops 7, and it's the same old story we usually get from the big studios. Radio silence. Devs need to be a part of the community. No social outreach champions who are professional fluffers, okay? Like, that has a purpose in the game, but Ted Timmons just left Raven, and he was a fan favorite. Not because he was the best at actually being a developer, which he may have been very, very good, but it was because it felt like he cared. He actually responded on Twitter to people's posts. He actually was lighthearted and seemingly as honest as he could be about things at times, and, you know, he's sorely missed. But now we have devs going over working for Fortnite. We just saw a post yesterday, I think it was, from Tolly Ackland left and is now working for Epic Games. And Tyler Diaz is a Call of Duty developer who I saw in the Repulse podcast once and thought he was a cool dude and saw that he commented on the guy's post, welcome. So I think can't wait to work with you. So he's working there. All these Call of Duty devs are working for Fortnite now, and Microsoft just laid off 9,000 employees last week, which some of them reportedly came from all the Call of Duty studios. So how many of them we lost, I don't know, but it's just radio silence over there, and updates are kind of like feel like they're not like just jumping to fix things quickly and fastly, and like to me it feels like a little bit of hopelessness. A little bit of embarrassment and shame for being someone who loves and plays this game. I got new friends, and I'm telling you, if you don't like Warzone Casual, I got new friends who haven't played Call of Duty in a long time, wanting to play it now. People that don't even play it, learning it, and we're teaching them the game in casual because they don't know how to play it, and they're having a blast. But then these things come up like, well, what about this? Oh, yeah, that's just how it is. It's been that way for a long time. They're supposed to be fixing it, but we don't know when. Do something, okay? You got to provide something more, or we're just not. All right, hackers. Hackers have been terrible. They've been bad. We all know that. This is the point that I want to make, okay? This last weekend, July 10th, 11th, there was reportedly a huge ban wave. One of the major cheat providers got detected, and thousands of people were rushing on forums and online like, I've been using this for years, I've never been caught, what happened? And the game felt night and day different from the day before when I played it to a day or two after when I played it. And it always does right after that, which is all the more evidence that we got to get him out of the game. Okay, we've talked about it 100 times before. Everyone has in the community. We got to do more to make the game safer and more fair and balanced for your players. I mean, period, right? What else is there to say? Yogi Coyote, 1v1. It just gave away his position. You know where he's at. Can't believe you're not going to go play the heady on the stairs, but okay. Oh, you better get off that angle, bud. He doesn't see you. He really doesn't see you. Warzone Casuals, y'all. Oh, who's got the shots? Who's got the shots? Yogi Coyote. Can you finish him? Better rush up there. What you holding on for, Yogi? Let himself. He ran right at you. Right at you. What is happening right now? Is Yogi going to blow this? Is this going to be the most generational choke job I've ever seen? Spectating Warzone Solos Casual? How's he not get to finish there? He's holding another thermite. Oh, brother, I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you, but he is no longer up there. You done let my man escape. These are two guys just hoping and praying that somebody's explosive find. Oh, no. Yogi has no... Oh, Yogi. 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 Whoa! Upset of the century. Who's this bad mamma jamma? Baymax. Baymax for the win. Look, listen. I love Call of Duty. My friends will tell you they could never ever get me to play anything else. Okay? Hey, come play this game with me. No, I'm grinding Call of Duty. I'm probably always going to be, right? But I'm not looking forward really to Black Ops 7. I'm not excited about it at all. We got an announcement coming next week. And I really don't really care, to be honest with you, which is upsetting to me. I am looking forward to Arc Raiders. I'm trying to find something new. I have high hopes for Battlefield 6, but, you know, it's got some rumors as of late that seem a little weird with that as well. But do you guys feel like I do? I mean, is this just me, or, you know, what do we have to look forward to? Where's our hope, right? That's all I'm saying. Just give us some hope. Hey, thank you guys for checking this out with me. Thank you for hanging out with me while I get gripes off my chest, man. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, come back and check us out. We're live most nights on YouTube around 8 o'clock going forward. We're going to be bouncing our schedule around a little bit, but thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.